Continuing the tour of the standard library now, and the next thing we're going to look at are booleans. And you can imagine that there are not too many methods for them. They're pretty simple. But one thing about them is you can turn booleans into integers, but you can't do it the other way around. So a boolean will be a 0 or a 1, and we can see it by putting this thing together. So true, false equals, just say true and false, and then let's just print them out as whatever type of integer we want them to be. So we'll say, there's the first one, there's the second one, whoops, true, false, dot 0, as let's say u8, that's not right, there we go. True, false, dot 1 as let's make this an I32. And so that is totally safe, because all it's going to give is a 1 or a 0, and anybody can do that. So true is 1 and false is 0. Another way you can do it is you can say you can do this. Let's make it an I128 this time, the biggest number, and well, the second biggest after U128. So we have that equals, and then we're going to say we can use the into. So by telling Rust the type we want it to be, then we can just say true.into. So take this and please make it into the type that we told you to give us, and then do a false.into like that, and then we can let's say true false.1, and we can print it out like that. And let's see, forgot the semicolon. There you go. So same thing. So you can use into to do that, as well as the as casting. One cool method that showed up very recently is called what was it called again? Then. So bool got this new function in February, actually. So then added February 2021, and this gives you a closure. So you can see bool only has 2 methods, and this one is not even it's experimental, so it's only on nightly. So then is it turns a bool into an option and also gives you a closure. So to look at, it's kind of like the those and then and those sorts of methods for options. It's kind of like that, except it takes a bool and turns it into an option. So this is super new. So let's just make this. Actually, let's start with a simple example. So we're going to call these things true, false, so that we don't use the these are keywords, so we can't use them. So true, and false. We'll say that. So we'll say true, and then we'll use then. So what is it? It gives us a closure with nothing in it. And what are we going to do? Let's say return an 8, please, and then false, then, and we get a closure as well, and try to return an 8 there. So then we'll call. It'll pass this on if it's true as a sum. So it'll look at the first one and say, okay, this is true, so I'm going to return a sum, and sum can take a value. So what value is it? It's whatever we're giving it. So it's going to return that. And then if it's false, then of course it's going to be none, and none can't take a value, so it's not going to do anything with this value here. So it's going to give nothing. And then we'll just print those out. So just copy and paste that in. It's my new small example I wrote today. And you can see, there you go. So whatever we passed on goes in as long as it's true. And so let's look at this somewhat larger example. So we have this bool vec. So we're going to make it a vec of true, false, true, true, false. Like that. So we have this vec of bools, and then let's say we would like to turn it into options. a vec of options. So we take this bool vec, and we're going to iter over it, of course, and then we're going to map. And so we're going to do something with each item. We'll just call it item. And so it's a closure, and then we need some, we're going to have some code here. So what are you going to do? Well, we're going to take the item, which is a bool, and then use this then method. And then we'll take a closure with nothing in it. And what are we going to do? Well, we have a closure to do stuff with. So let's just print it out for fun. We'll say got like that, and then I'll say item, and then we can return something. So let's just return a string. We'll say it's true, because it's going to call this if it's true. So we'll say it's true, and then we will collect it into a vec. A what? A vec, like that. So we'll say a vec of whatever it is. Well, it's a vec of options, option bool. And then let's print that out. So let's see, now we have that, and print out option vec. And so every time, so it's got these three trues here, and it says got, when it calls this, when it sees that it's true, then it'll call this closure and say got a true, and then it's going to return this, and this stir will go inside of the sum, and because it's turning it to an option, and meanwhile the nuns are still there, and if you want to get rid of the nuns, you can do a filter map, for example, and filter map only passes on the sums. It filters out none, so you can just say item again, pass on item, and that should get rid of the nuns. So there you go. That has filtered them out, and it's just a bunch of sums with strings. And so there we go. Those are some fun things you can do with bool. Next video, we're going to look at some more things with vecs that we haven't looked at yet.